And we're staying with news from China, and the Chinese President Xi Jinping is likely to skip the G20 summit in India next week. Quoting sources, the news agency Reuters has stated that Premier Li Qiang is expected to represent Beijing at the summit instead. The news comes amid months of military standoff between the two sides at the line of actual control and several rounds of co-commander meet that culminated in a brief meeting between Modi and Xi at the sidelines of the BRICS summit. Although both sides talked about de-escalation and disengagement, they had different versions on the meeting. However, ties between the countries remain stagnant and tense. China doesn't have an envoy in India for the last 10 months. On Monday, China officially released the 2023 edition of its so-called standard map. The map incorporates, as we said, claims over Arunachal Pradesh and Aksai Chin, as well as Taiwan and disputed South China Sea. So these latest reasons are also escalating the row between the two countries. With China's growing belligerence, the border has become a battleground for testing wills and resilience. Analysts say China's completely unfounded claims initially extended only to Taiwan, a part of Arunachal Pradesh, where the 6th Dalai Lama was said to have been born. Since the 2000s, however, China has been claiming Arunachal Pradesh in its entirety. Pertinent to remember, independent India has been exercising sovereignty over it. Arunachal Pradesh became a union territory in 1972 and a state in 1987. Arunachal Pradesh is also located at the confluence of the international borders of China, Myanmar and Bhutan, giving it strategic importance. This extension of territorial claims indicates a concerted strategy consistent with China's stance on the East and South China Sea disputes. The Chinese map also includes the Aksai Chin region. Chinese aggression has sparked clashes along mostly rugged mountainous border areas known as the line of actual control. Amid Xi Jinping's irrational territorial ambitions, both sides have increasingly militarized their border. Policies have shown no indication of backing down on either side. The situation on the border remains tense due to China's violation of norms. Beijing and New Delhi are hardening their position on either side of the line of actual control. India's firm peace and tranquility in border areas is essential. New Delhi says it is fully prepared and committed to protect its sovereignty and dignity. The G20 is, of course, a premier forum for international economic cooperation and plays an important role in shaping and strengthening the global architecture and governance. The G20 members represent around 85% of the global GDP and 75% of the global trade, and about 2/3 of the world's population. A significant forum which now we believe President Xi is likely to skip.
Then we go off, and then basically link with